The star-lined sword is one of the 4 magical katanas in the game. While its general use is close to the 3 other weapons in its niche, we can still have fun by using the Ash of War and slotting in a fun sorcery. You'll find the star-lined sword as a boss drop in the DLC. Demi-human Queen Mariga is on the beach in the northwest corner of the Cerulean coast. Take her out fast to pacify her minions, and the star-lined sword is yours. The moveset is the standard katana moveset. One change I made for this run was to one-hand the sword instead of two-handing it. I didn't lose out on attack rating, since we only have descaling for strength, and I got a pierce attack for the charged heavy. Having more than one damage type is helpful, since you can take advantage of more boss weaknesses. If you're using this weapon, it's for one of 2 reasons. First could be the green to blue channel etched into the side of the sword, making it one of the cooler looking weapons in the game. Second, and more likely, is the Ash of War, Onz's line of stars. We can tap the Ash of War button up to 3 times to extend the move. The whole move takes a while to execute, but there are some enemies we can stun lock with it and pull off the whole Ash. The first button press is a quick double hit. The second button press is a stronger double hit. Finally, the third press is a somersaulting jump that slams down on your foe. Most NPC enemies are no match for the move, and will be taken care of after a couple full combos. The star-lined sword doesn't scale well off intelligence, even though it has split physical and magical damage. I chose to dump all of my unallocated points into intelligence, so I could use Miriam's Vanishing. This sorcery is an alternative way to dodge. It takes much longer for the iframes to start, giving you invincibility about the same time it grants you invisibility. The advantage this dodge has is the distance you can travel and the amount of iframes it gives you. You're vulnerable again when your character becomes fully opaque. The build I went with this run was highly mobile, focused on dexterity, with a bit of Ash of War use. We can hit the boss with a few R1s to gain a little successive attack power, keep getting those hits in, and you'll remember that this is a katana and get a bleed proc. Then we can use the Ash of War, or hit them with an R2 attack. Both have decent range. A light load and the katana moveset always felt like a perfect combo, much like Chick-fil-A and my freshman year diet. Light rolling will mean you have a bit less in the way of defense, but it gives you a touch extra roll distance. That makes some of the hardest moves to dodge that much easier. With the star-lined sword covered, that means I've done a build video for every katana except Rivers of Blood. Let me know what your favorite katana is this week in the comments. Perhaps I'll redo some of the older katana videos I made. With the DLC items, some of those builds will fare much better, and it's been over 2 years since I used some of these amazing weapons. For our talismans, we had the Shard of Alexander, for 15% stronger Ashes of War, Milson's Prosthesis, for 5 more dexterity, and a bit of a successive attack power boost, the 2-headed Turtle Talisman, for the best stamina recovery, and the Dragon Crest Great Shield, for 20% physical damage negation. Our stats at RL 170 are 60 Vigor, 20 Mind, 35 Endurance for light rolling, 75 Dexterity, and at least 26 points into Intelligence. I ended up with 29 points in Intelligence, but those 3 extra points would be much better off in Endurance or Mind. We only need a 26-point investment to equip Miriam's Vanishing. The star-lined sword is not unique by any stretch of the imagination. It's difficult to stick out when you're one of 4 magical katanas in the game. I personally prefer the Sword of Night, but the star-lined sword is still a fun, good-looking weapon.